Are you feeling overwhelmed about the home buying or selling process? Are you feeling like you're scattered and all over the place and you don't know where to start? That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about some things that you need to consider and remember when it's time for you to start looking for your new home. And we're going to start right now. A really important thing to look at when you're deciding on purchasing your new home or even renting a home, you need to look at your budget. So you want to look at all the bills that you have that you're paying and then figure out what it really is that you're comfortable paying every single month for your mortgage or for your rent. So you want to take a look at all of your expenses and then see how much you can comfortably afford. The first thing you want to do in that is to get your pre-approval. That's going to tell you what you're qualified for, and that's going to help you narrow down your search for the home that you want to purchase. You also want to choose the right location. It's really important. You know, they always say location, location, location. So you want to know, do you need to live close to school? Do you want to live close to your work, close to shopping? Those are important things. This is a very important thing for you to consider when you're looking into buying your next home. You want to get to know the neighborhood. Is it a good fit for you and your family? Make sure you drive around the neighborhood different times of the day, talk to neighbors, see who's out and about walking, and just stop and ask them questions. I had people do it just the other day when I was outside. They stopped me to ask me how I liked the neighborhood and how I liked living here. Another thing to remember is to hire a realtor. It really does help you out. There are so many moving parts in the home buying and selling process that it's very easy to get overwhelmed. So it's great to have somebody in your corner that knows the ins and outs and knows the paperwork and the things so that it helps you make it as stress-free as possible. Make sure that you're reviewing the HOA docs if there is an HOA in the neighborhood you're going to buy in. You want to know everything about that before you purchase so that you don't have any surprises once you move in. And by reviewing them, it'll also let you know if that's a good fit for you. Another thing to consider is the maintenance cost. Think about the general upkeep of a home. What are you going to be paying for? Pest control, lawn services, things like that. All of that adds up. So make sure you've got that and you're thinking about it and thinking, okay, what are the different things that I'm going to have to pay for on an ongoing basis? Some may be monthly, some may be annually, some may be every 5 years. You also want to think about energy efficiency. So you want to think, are the windows dual paned? Are there any Green Star appliances that are coming with the house? Maybe even solar, because all of these things can help save on your utility bills. So remember, consider that. You also want to think long term. So you're not just thinking, this is where I want to live for 2 years. If you're thinking long term, you're thinking maybe you're going to start growing your family. Maybe you're going to downsize. Do you have in-laws that might be moving in with you? So you need to look at a home with downstairs. All those different things. So think about that and keep that in your head about long term. What are some of your goals for that? Also look into the zoning regulations. Make sure that whatever you would like to do at your home, that you're zoned for that and that it's okay. Zoning can change, but you want to know what it's zoned for when you purchase your home. Don't forget closing cost. Closing costs can add up quickly. I think sometimes people forget that there's closing costs when they're purchasing a home. So you're thinking it's usually about 3% that you're looking at to pay for your closing costs. So make sure you have that money set aside so that at the end it's not a shock to you and you're scrambling to find the money that you need to put down so that you can close on your new home. It's also really important that you understand the mortgage, all the terms for the mortgage. So make sure that you're keeping in conversation with your lender so that they can keep you posted throughout the whole process so you'll know what are your monthly payments, what are your taxes going to be? Is it going to be held in an escrow account or are you going to pay your taxes separately? And make sure if you don't understand some of the words that they're saying, make sure you ask them to explain them to you. It's really easy for us to throw words out there because we're so used to it and we hear those words all the time. But for somebody who doesn't do this every day, it can be very overwhelming and confusing and you don't have a clue what they're talking about. So reach out. People are so welcome to help you. You also need to think about being realistic with your expectations. You need to have your list of your pros and cons, so your wants versus your needs. Good thing to have that list, but you also want to be realistic with the market, how the market is at that time, and what you can comfortably afford. It's also a good idea when you're making your list to put deal breakers on there. So you know, if I find a house that has this, that's a deal breaker. I don't even want to look at it. And that saves you time too. If you can narrow down your search with the deal breakers, helps you so that you're not looking at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes because some of them may not even work for you. And the last thing is take your time. This is a huge decision. This is probably the most expensive purchase you will make in your entire life. So it's okay to take your time. Don't rush. Make sure that the home fits your needs and your budget. And sometimes it's nice to get a second opinion too. Maybe you want to bring a friend or family member with you to look at the house because maybe they're thinking of things that you're not thinking of. And the last thing is just have fun and enjoy the process. If you're taking your time, just have fun. It really can be a very exciting time in your life. Do you want to know more about the Frisco real estate market? Make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that little bell, and you'll get notified every single time I post a new video. And if you need to reach out to me, don't forget, you can call me, you can text me, you can email me. Any way you want to get a hold of me is good. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.